Today we're going to talk about fantastic fats, the importance of fat in our diet, the correct fat, and according to Barbara, with things she shared, fat does not cause heart disease. Again, the right kind of fat, not the altered fat. In 1920, that's when Crisco hit the market, that highly processed fat. That's a damaging fat. And I have written down here a book. Again, I don't write the authors down. I should probably do that. Fats That Heal, Fats That Kill. She said that's a really good reference book. She says omega-3s repair. They are in flax, chia seeds. They have 18-chain fatty acid, and they're polyunsaturated fats. The walnut has the highest amount of omegas in all of the nuts. She gave an example of omega-6, sunflower, polyunsaturated fatty acid. And next she moved on to omega-9s, almonds, olive, monounsaturated. She said when we get our olive oil, it needs to be in a dark bottle and we need to get extra virgin. Coconut oil and olive oil are two of her favorite fats to use. She said coconut oil is among the most shelf-stable oils. She said the coconut oil is antifungal, antibacterial, and the body can use that to burn for fuel. I've got a little note here, and I think you're probably already going to know this, but fat stores in the inactive parts of the body, the thighs, the arms, the abdomen. I have here high fructose corn syrup is poison. She mentions a movie. It's called Do No Harm. She said that's a recommended movie to go watch to really get enlightened. I have a note here. It says coconut keto diet, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil 3 times a day. This is kind of random. She says there's neurotoxins in vaccines. The preservative for the vaccines are neurotoxins. So again, she just kind of goes all over the place tying this all in together. She said tahini and carob powder are good choices. This is a sobering fact. 1 in 5,000 people were diagnosed with autism. Now, since all of these vaccines, I don't have a date written down here. She said it's 1 in 45. Think about that. Another note here about coconut oil. She said it's a neuro healer. So it's fabulous. I actually give coconut oil to my dogs every morning on their food. And I have another note. I think I already said this. Barbara uses coconut and olive oil. Again, the olive oil needs to be in a dark bottle because it's light sensitive and you need extra virgin. Organic is the best if you can get that. And she says, somebody asked, what do you use to fry something in? And she said coconut oil. I knew this was coming. Here is her pizza crust recipe. I'm going to drop it below in the description too. So I guess her husband, I think his name is Michael, I remember correctly. He loves apple pie. So she says when she is home, she makes an apple pie every single week. And she said this recipe is also really good for a pizza crust. So you ready? Okay, so 2 cups of flour. She uses spelt flour, half whole wheat and half white. They're all spelt though. 1/2 cup of oil. Guess what kind of oil she uses? Would it be olive oil? Yes. And 1/2 cup of water. Again, that's a fantastic pie or pizza crust. And I have a random note here. Barbara loves monk fruit. I do too. If you're not familiar with monk fruit, it's a natural sweetener that doesn't have, it's not like an aspartame has that yucky aftertaste, which isn't good for us. Monk fruit is a really good sweetener. So sweeteners, monk fruit, honey, maple syrup, coconut sugar too, she said is also fine. And somehow she started talking about hair. Somebody probably asked her a question. SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, kills the hair follicle. And if you look on pretty much any container of shampoo in the store aisles, it's going to have SLS. Our shampoo bars at Made Down on Woodridge Farm do not. Okay, a couple more things about fats. Butter can be dangerous if not organic because chemicals are stored in our fat. She says butter can be dangerous if we're not using organic. That's because she said, so the butter, how it's made, all of the chemicals are going to collect in that butter if it's not organic. So that was a point she really drove home. I knew Organic butter was really important, but sometimes I would buy non-organic, but now all I buy is the organic butter. Here's a kind of interesting note for ADHD, coconut oil can be helpful. And I want you to think about that for a second. Why would coconut oil be helpful? Well, it's got lots of great properties, but it's also a wonderful, healthy fat. Remember what our brain needs? Fat. She said a lot of people have migraines because of allergies to these three things: red wine, chocolate, and caffeine. Okay, that's it for this session. So we're on Thursday, so we're getting there, folks. The next one is the final session from Thursday p.m. So then we just have Friday and some of Saturday to get through. And I didn't take many notes on Saturday because it was in a church. It was just kind of a different format. So I'm going to drop that pie crust recipe below. Please drop any comments, questions, and we'll keep learning together. Chat later.